Welcome back to the channel. I've had a really busy week this week. I've worked every day, every evening, and I know obviously Monday was a bank holiday as well. I did work Monday afternoon too, so I've had a really busy week, and the very little bit of time I've had to myself, I've wanted to just shut off. And what I tend to do when I do that is I just load up Football Manager and watch some YouTube videos and just disappear into that. So I just haven't got on the bike. I did get on the bike for the Tuesday Triathlon on Tuesday, but that is it. I missed the race on Thursday because I was in the office and I didn't get back on time. But I also realised last week's video was about the race 14, the finale of the World Tour, but I haven't done a video on the race from the Thursday before, which was actually quite a good one. I really did enjoy it. It was hard work, but I thought I'd do that. So let's catch up on that race now. And the race was a lap of Tempus Fugit in Watopia. Nice and flat, makes it slightly easier on me to stay in with the group, but also we've had some incredible races on here, especially in the chase race format, where we've come together in the last kilometre and had a real sprint to the line, especially when we had a slightly bigger D group. Today's D group isn't a massive one. We've got me, N. Ruddleston, P. Harper, Crocs, C. Bradley, and I. Don Kiddick. And then we've got the B's and the C's still in the pen behind us. But hoping at this point, knowing that even at the time of this race, I hadn't done a lot of riding either, I did wonder whether I'd be able to stay in with the group and how long I'd hang on. But we group up quite nicely and start to work together. I. Don Kiddick is off the back slightly, but putting out sort of 7 watts per kilo there to try and catch us. I'm assuming maybe not a decat, or maybe is a decat. I don't really know at this point. But anyway, we group up and we work together and try and push on to keep the other categories behind us for as long as we can. Just coming to the end of the lead-in to start the full lap, and I've seen Craig's message saying there's only 5 Cs. So we have, as a D group, more riders than them, and hoping that that will mean they can stay behind us for a little bit longer. However, it also means that the Bs may catch them quicker, and then the whole group of B's and C's pace rises and possibly close us down a little bit quicker that way. So could go either way at this stage, but again, we're working together. My power graph's a little bit spiky, but I am feeling a little bit of a struggle, having not ridden a lot, but I'm not feeling as bad as I thought I was going to, and I'm managing to hold on, put sort of power out to stay in with the group, and then back off slightly when I get into that group, trying not to burn too much energy off the front, whilst also trying to help out the riders and the other riders and be on the front for a little while as well. Just, yeah, doing what I can really. 7.5 kilometres in, 12 to go, just over 12 minutes into the race. I'm starting to struggle a little bit actually. You can see the red power a little bit further back that I had to put out. I lost the back of the group, or nearly did, and thought I need to just make sure I can coast into the group again. I'm not doing as much as I'd like on the front. I'm already in that zone where I'm starting to try and cling on a little bit to make sure I just hang in there. I know that there are no, in my mind, I know that there are no hills on this course, so there isn't a point where I might potentially just get blown out the back of the group already. So it is just a case of clinging on, as so many of my races are. And normally around the 15-20 minute mark, I think, is where my power profile goes a little bit spiky in these difficult races. It's not been as bad so far. You can see it is up and down, but it will get worse, no doubt, and has been a lot worse in the past. We've got a 1 minute 12, 1 minute 11 second lead over the C group behind us. So they are starting to catch us a little bit. The thing I do like about this course is it has a turnaround point. You know where the halfway is. I know you could work that out just by the distance left and the distance taken, but you kind of get to see the group coming at you a little bit as we turn around. But a little way to go before we get there yet. And here we are at the turnaround point. The gap is 1 minute and 4. As we just come around here, we get to wave to the group behind us, catching us. And they start with a 2 minute, the C start with a 2 minute disadvantage. So I'm thinking halfway through, we've got half the advantage still available to us. But as you can see, the Bs are now in with the Cs. The pace of that group will increase and that gap will come down pretty quickly as we head back towards the start. But we're all still together, still pushing off the front a little bit. I don't recall anyone really pushing off I think N. Ruddleston goes a little bit here, just trying to up the pace a little bit. Crocs is going with him, P. Harper, and you can see my power profile's got a bit spiky. I am struggling, and actually coming to the turn point, I did wonder whether I'd actually hang on to the back of this group and how much longer I could keep with them from here. But in with them at the moment and hanging on for as long as I can. Only another 2.5 kilometres up the road, and that gap has come down to 22 seconds to D. Stevenson. S. West in there, Noel, Chris Jupp, C. Green, Jonesy, D. Appleby, all in that group behind, and more too. So we just, they're going to catch us. It's just a case of, can we hang in with them and catch onto their coattails as they fly past? But try and get as much of an advantage now. Keep that gap as big as we can as I'm putting out another blast to try and hang on to the back of this group here. Can we just keep that gap for as long as we can? Just as I'm talking here, it's down to 16 seconds. You can see how much faster they are and how quick they are catching us from behind. And here is the point where they catch us. Sea Green coming flying through at 5 watts per kilo. And I noticed I've got a featherweight. I hadn't really noticed it before. I thought, you know what? I'll try and use that so I don't get as much drag. I can increase my speed as quickly as possible and try and catch on to this group. I've got Noel Slevin in there, C. Jupp, Jonesy, D. Stevenson, C. Waring. I Donkey Dick comes with us as well. D. Appleby just behind, and I can see a small gap starting to form to the D's behind us. And I know at this point I just need to hang in here for as long as possible. I don't have any ideas that I'm going to hang on to this group for the remaining 4.6 kilometres. It is just a case of, can I keep with them for as long as possible and get that gap behind, because also I know I'll be a solo rider and those D's will come up on me fast if they group up together. So now, and considering how I wasn't feeling particularly strong up till this point, now it is a case of, can I use my spiky power on this flat route to just hang in here for as long as I possibly can. I've actually surprised myself a little bit here, given how I was feeling, but I've managed to hang on with this group for nearly 2 kilometres. D. Stevenson has gone off the front, and I'm thinking, okay, this pace is going to pick up a bit here. This might be where I lose the group. We've also got I. Don Kiddick, who now pushes off the front as well. I'm thinking, okay, some of this group are going to step up the pace. Noel up at 8.3 watts per kilo as well, saying, sorry, no sprint finish. Yeah, it's going to come down to this group. And I'm looking back. I've got a 23-second lead over Crocs, who is on his own, and P. Harper's 33 seconds back with N. Ruddleston and C. Bradley. So there is a little bit of a group of D's further back. I've given up on this group. I can't go at that pace, so I know I've dropped off. But 2.2 kilometres, can I possibly keep that 25-second gap over Crocs and hope that the three behind him don't catch him too quickly? 2 kilometres to go. And into the final 400 metres, I've got S. West and D. Appleby 6 seconds ahead of me. I know I'm not catching them. I've got Crocs still 25 seconds behind. Somehow I've kept that gap up. I just tried to kind of match watts per kilo as much as I could. And the guys behind have sort of ended up a little bit spread out. There's a bit of a group. John Bushell, N. Ruddleston, P. Harper, and C. Bradley there. G. Moore a little bit further back with Craig Finlayson. And John a little bit further back. I'm going to come over the line in 10th place. And actually, I'm quite chuffed with that, to be honest. That tactic of pushing to go as that group came through and putting that feather down has paid off. And I'm quite pleased with that. And knowing how I was struggling a little bit at the turn point, wondering whether I could stay in with the group. But yeah, really quite happy to have turned that into a 10th place finish when I wasn't particularly feeling very strong, just by pushing myself a little bit harder at the right time, and it paid off. Let's have a look at the final results then. Chris Jupp winning it, 30 minutes 48. 1 second behind, C. Waring sprinting, just beating Jonesy to the line there. C. Green and D. Stevenson also really close towards the end. I. Don Kiddick coming in 6th. Noel Slevin 7th, 30.55. S. West in 8th. D. Appleby 9th. Those guys just ahead of me on the road. Couldn't catch them. I did try. There was a moment I gave it a go, but I wasn't going to make that gap. Me in 10th. Crocs 11th. John Bushell 12th. Craig coming in 13th, just behind John. G. Moore 14th. C. Bradley 15th. P. Harper 16th, just behind C. Bradley there. Nice sprinting to the line as well. 17th, N. Ruddleston. John not quite being able to catch the group from the A category in 18th, and M St Clair 19th, 34.21. Awesome racing, everyone. Chris sent me over footage of the end of the race here. Jonesy out front, Chris in second, Chris Jupp here in third. Look at this sprint from Chris. He's consistently in those orange numbers, closing that gap that possibly could have been unreachable with a few hundred metres to go, but absolutely powering through to take the win. I'm currently in what will be the baby's bedroom. It's been painted. And my wife said to me during the week, she said, I think we should change the carpet. And I said, I'm not doing another carpet. She said, but it's the only chance we're going to get to change the carpet while everything's out. And I said, we've got too much other stuff to do. We've got lots of other stuff to prepare. Carpet can be done at a later date. Anyway, it's Saturday morning and I've just got back from the carpet shop. Time to fit the carpet. So a couple of hours later and we have new carpet. A little bit quicker this time than the last time. I didn't obviously have that cupboard to do that was in the other room, but also I've done it before, so it just went a bit quicker. I kind of knew what I was doing. Still don't want to be doing it again anytime soon, that's for sure. The sun's come out. The sun has come out. The weather recently has been awful. One day of sun and then just a few days of horrible drizzly rain. But the plan is, I think this afternoon we've got stuff to come into this room. A bed, I think, but then also the cot and shelving units and other stuff, and we can then start to get all the baby stuff we've got around the house into this room. The old clothes that we have from when my daughter was born, they can be washed and brought into here and put ready and get them out of the rest of the house, and what feels like this jigsaw puzzle will start to come together. But that's this afternoon. I'm going to grab some food now and then crack on with that. Still lots to do. It's actually the next day now, Sunday. Wardrobe is in, Kallax unit. I swear we keep IKEA in business with the number of Kallax units we have. And also I had to climb up into my in-laws loft yesterday on my knees and hands to get right at the very, very back this bed that is my wife's old bed when she was a teenager, just to put up here in here as a spare bed. Turns out that the screws that we got are not the screws for the bed, and they're quite hard to get hold of because they're a really old, again, IKEA set. So yeah, got it all up here. Found out I couldn't do anything with it, but it's in and ready. And we've got. I also got the cot out of our loft, and then worked out actually we don't need it yet because they're going to be in the bed, not in the bed, but in our bedroom. And actually, by the time they go in the cot, they'll probably be in the other room anyway. This is only sort of a temporary bedroom for them. So yeah, busy day yesterday, and then today I've spent this morning. I got up, took the old carpet and some other stuff down to the tip. I had a banging headache when I woke up this morning, and I got back from the tip and I felt quite sick and not very well actually, and I've been in bed for a couple of hours. It's now about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've just got up and had a shower. So yeah, I'm aching a lot after all of yesterday's effort to get this done, and not feeling 100% either. So yeah, I now just need to get this video edited and try and get it out later than it normally would be. So sorry if anyone's hanging around waiting for the 4 o'clock video. It will be hopefully later today if I'm feeling alright. Going to go downstairs and edit it now, where we'll also round up this video. So again, not the best week for riding. I am, on top of not feeling 100%, I am feeling really, really tired. And the baby's not even here yet. Oh dear. How is this going to be in June? Who knows? I can't make any promises because I do not know what's going to happen in the next week, the next 2 weeks, just with so much going on, work being busy, trying to get the house done. I'm just trying to get on the bike as often as I can, and also I'm not engaging in the Discord channel and the Facebook group like I'd like to, just because time and it's rubbish, and I'm fed up with using it as an excuse. But I guess I've just got stuff I've got to get done. I will try and get to the rides this week. Those rides are on Tuesday night, 7:30 UK time. We do our Tuesday trundle, where we stick at about 1.5 watts per kilo for an hour. Ride that around a relatively flat route because it helps to keep the group together. That's on Tuesday night, and then on Thursday night is our race night, 6:30 UK time, where we all try and bury ourselves as hard as we can possibly go. The information about joining those will be on the Discord channel and the Facebook group, and also in the description of this video below if you want to join one of those. And come along to our rides. They're great fun. Let's keep that decap filling up, because people keep stepping up from the D's to the C's, which is awesome, but we need some decap people coming through as well. So come and join us. But yeah, and also thank you to all of the channel members going up the screen now. Your support is amazing, especially when I'm slightly less engaged with the group, missing a video here and there and all that stuff. So to still have your support is phenomenal. So thank you so much. Yeah, that is the end of this video. As I said, a busy one, but not busy on the bike, unfortunately. Hopefully I can just change that a little bit going forward, but we shall see. If you have enjoyed this one, do hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.